All right, we are finally back with our NFL and college football recap show. It's just Grant and I today. It's been a while, Grant. How you been?
It's been good, man. Omicron is passing through us just like it is the NFL, NBA, all the big leagues right now. So hope everyone's good. Everyone's recovering from basically a guaranteed Omicron, spread in their respective homes.
Yeah, I definitely had it. You can hear it in my voice. I'll probably be coughing a couple times during this. But enough with that stuff. Let's talk about Chargers Raiders. What a game. Was that the best regular season game we've ever seen? It's got to be right there with Chiefs Rams.
Yeah, it was like game of the year to me, just because of the implication and the whole mystery and intrigue of like timeout, no timeout deal, right? Were they going to kneel it? Were they not going to kneel it type thing? Like just everything from start to finish of that game, two teams that needed to win to go to the playoffs. Like the stakes were on the line. And this is why, like, I know I'm going to get a little bit off tangent. I don't want to too much, but this is why people, when they say like, if we implement a playoff in college football, does the regular season lose meaning? I'm like, no, this is a perfect case of like what it would be like if two teams down the stretch needed to win to make, that final spot. It matters, right? Like it may not be the 1-2 seed, but if it's a 7-8, right, or like the 7-6, like that's a big deal. So I just absolutely love the game. Such a fun game. Like it's got to be up there, right?
Yeah, for sure. The crazy thing is, when you saw the Jags winning earlier against the Colts, they could have just agreed to a tie. Like, and they may have beforehand, and like with all that sketchy timeout stuff at the end, because they literally, Derek Carr confirmed it in the NBC interview after. He was like, yeah, like that timeout changed it because we were probably going to kneel. And you could see like Austin Eckler was talking to one of the players. They're like, "We guys going to kneel?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, really?
Yep. And like Justin Herbert said, like, I've never wanted so badly a tie, right?
Yeah.
I've never like wanted so bad a tie in my life. Like that's what it came down to. And I think, like I said, I think both teams like respected the play of each other enough to be like, let's do it. And then the timeout forced their hand where it broke off a big run. And then that was kind of it, right? It's kind of like the end of the game. But yeah, man, I mean, Steelers loved it, right? Obviously, but what a game. Such a fun game. Such a fun example of what expanded playoff looks like, even in the college aspect, right? Like the games matter. Just because there's more like postseason doesn't mean those games don't matter, right? And teams like the Chargers that may have had really flashes of greatness would be a dangerous team that you wouldn't want to play in the playoffs. Like that's a team I don't necessarily would love to play, right? If I'm the Chiefs or I'm whoever, right? I don't necessarily love that. Like they've already beaten the Chiefs this year, so like that's the kind of teams. Those are the kind of teams that you don't want to see in the postseason, and that's why I love the format of the NFL.
That last drive, 19 plays, probably in real time lasted like an hour. I drove like 20 minutes in during that drive and still made it in for the last when they get crossed half field.
It's just because
they converted 3 fourth downs, including they completed 3 fourth downs on that drive, including they got that holding call.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, just incompletions for days and stopping the clock. But it was just nuts, man. Like the game had everything. It had everything you were looking for in a football game, right? Like down to the last second, just what's going to happen. Like Twitter was on fire, by the way. Yeah, Twitter was on fire for a tie. Like if the people, right, like if the people could have voted for what it would have 100% ended in a tie. That's what everyone wanted.
Yeah, well, because everybody wanted to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs. Nobody wants to see Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know what the spread is. I haven't looked. I'm assuming it's Chiefs by 10 or 11.
It's got to be it's got to be at least over a touchdown, a little bit over a touchdown probably. But yeah, like Justin Herbert over Big Ben. Like I know I get the whole like last ride thing, but I'm like, no, man, like I'd way rather see the Chargers in there. So everyone wished it, right? Everyone on Twitter was going on fire, is exploding for a tie. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But at least we get the Raiders, which is kind of interesting, I guess, right? I definitely would rather have seen the Chargers personally, but at least we get the Raiders.
I know we're BYU fans and Taysom Hill and stuff, but I'm glad we don't have to watch the Saints either.
Yeah, exactly. And like Taysom re-injuring his foot, I'm like, all right, that's enough of that, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm like, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll play quarterback after that one. Chiefs minus 12.5.
Jeez, that's the line.
Yeah, that's high. That's really high. And they
That's
probably win 37-6.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely dominate, but it's just weird with these games, man. Like these high spreads. Like obviously, the Bills covered, but it was like not the whole game. Like was a very very close game with the Jets to like the fourth quarter, basically.
Titans
It's
blew a
just
21-0 lead when they were 10
yeah,
points
man.
over
It's
it.
just and Jags obviously took care of of the Colts, which is again is like one of the crazy storylines of the week that no one even like is mentioning, just because it was so weird, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that literally Carson Wentz can't get that Colts and that running game and that line into the the playoffs. This is like just into the playoffs is nuts to me. I don't understand that spot.
One last thing from the Chargers Raiders game. Brandon Staley, he's not going to get called football genius and all that stuff ever again. There's going to be a narrative on him the rest of his career unless he has a dramatic change next year early on.
I mean, it's rough, right? Like that entire game, right? You do everything that you do, and for it to come down like that sucks, right? Like
I'm a 4th and 1 on his own 18.
Yeah. It's like I said, man. Like it's rough to have it come down to one or two calls, and that's what you're judged by. But like that's what the NFL is, man. That's what everyone's going to remember. They're going to remember the last few key plays. How you performed on those key plays is kind of how it's going to look on your outcome in the future, right? Which is pretty crazy to me that Matt Rule just keeps getting the benefit of the doubt, but we'll keep going with that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But back to the Colts Jags. It's hard if you're a Colts fan. I mean, you don't go to work. You don't go to work Monday.
Like, I just don't. They're a quarterback away from being like dominant, like really good, like really good. Like,
I think if they had one more solid receiver,
like, could you imagine them with Justin Herbert or like Joey B? Like that,
or like Sam Darnold
or Teddy Two Gloves. Yeah, exactly.
They would honestly, Teddy Two Gloves would be fine on there. They would win 10 games.
He'd be better.
Two Gloves.
Yeah, they'd be better for sure. But like the fact that they can't get a competent quarterback in there, like to just lead that team. They have so many pieces. The running game is incredible.
They have every single piece besides the quarterback. That shows how important the quarterback is.
Yes. Yep. Franchise quarterback is everything. It's literally everything. Like even if they had center block feet Mac Jones, bro, back there, he'd have been chill probably. Like he would probably been better than Carson Wentz for sure. Like it's so unfortunate. But do you think they draft here soon a quarterback, or what do you think?
I don't think so. I think they go one more year with Wentz, and then they'll decide. If next year doesn't go well, then they'll get rid of Wentz immediately.
But not one of these.
I don't know what his contract situation is either.
Not one of these guys that'll sit behind him. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say he stays for another year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't, as an organization, draft someone that you believe in, like how like the Packers did Jordan Love, regardless of if that's going to work out or not. But that kind of situation, right, where you're sitting behind a key veteran guy, and you kind of just like see what you got in him, just to take a flyer on a guy, maybe like the second or third round.
Maybe. I mean, it would be. I don't think it would be like that. I think it would be more like an Ian Book kind of thing.
Oof.
How the Saints just drafted him in the third round.
Yeah, that's rough.
But that just never works out. Like they had Sam Ehlinger or whatever. That's not going to work out. Those third rounds are some. I mean, it's such a low hit rate on quarterbacks.
It is.
Even first round's a low hit rate.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, no, that was awful. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a Colts fan today, but I'm a Panthers fan, so there we go. Yeah, let's just get this out of the way. All right.
Let's go there.
I don't know how. You see all these coaches getting fired today. Nagy gone. Zimmer gone. Brian Flores gone.
How?
He has a winning season with Tua as his quarterback, and he is gone. If you're the Panthers front office and you look at this situation, you're like, we can get rid of our head coach right now, where it's a downward trajectory, and we can go get Brian Flores, who would fit our system perfectly. And he could get an offensive coordinator that he wants. I just don't see how you don't do that. Matt Rule in his press conference, I mean, I should play it right now. They asked him, they're like, oh, so what was the reasoning for signing Darnold to the fifth-year option so quickly? And he just goes, well, we thought we could get him for low starter money.
And you're like, what are you doing, bro? Someone that hasn't been able to be a proven commodity, you automatically sign their fifth-year option. That doesn't even make sense.
And did you see Cam's comments today?
No.
Cam came out in the press conference. He was like, yeah, honestly, there's a lot of guys that just didn't buy in. Like that's you just can't win. Like if guys
that's
don't believe in the coach, they're not gonna play well.
Yeah, that's a problem, right? And like, and I think it goes even further than that. It's like your culture that you're building is like this blame, like one half of the blame the defense always, no accountability for the other side. It's just like shifting blame. It's like, no, like that's one thing I will say about the Jets and like Robert Saleh, I do love about him is like he is inward on everything he does. He's like, look, I messed up here, even if what's not his problem, right? Mm-hmm. Like he will always inwardly look, and he always has his team look inward before they like start pointing. And that's a sign of a great team, right?
The Jets
if they can look inward.
The Jets are not good. They love him.
Yes, they love their coach. That's a different tone than what's going on in Carolina.
Even the Lions with Dan Campbell, the Lions are not good. You see how much they all look excited to play, even though they know they're probably going to lose.
Yeah, and they fought hard. They literally could have beaten the Ravens this year. They could have beaten like multiple teams.
The Vikings?
Like they should have beaten multiple teams. So like they are very close to being like a 5-win team, basically, like 5-6-win team, like in that range.
No, I really think if they got a solid receiver and if they got their franchise guy in the draft this year, there's no reason this team could not win 8 games. Their O-line is solid.
Yeah, with like Penny still adding that and all that good stuff. Yeah, like they're solid. They got some pieces there. So it'll be interesting, man. Like all these teams have just straight sucked. Like the Bengals for the longest time have sucked, and now they won the AFC North. It's just weird, man. Like you start to see these teams shift in and out, and like it's kind of cool because like you start seeing teams that have always sucked be relevant now. It's cool. I like the difference. Like the Chargers, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of coming out of nowhere. Where like they before were like nobodies, right? Like just they're garbage.
I was gonna ask this. Tennessee barely pulls out that win against the Texans. They're the 1 seed. There is no way on earth Mike Vrabel is not coach of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive what he's done, for sure. Like
he lost his arguably, you could argue he's the best player in the NFL.
Yes. And
he lost him, and they were still the 1 seed.
Which is like literally what their offense is built around. Like it's only built around Derrick Henry. Like it's only built around him. Plus, you had like guys like Julio Jones who are like superstars just sit out the entire year, basically.
Yeah,
like
play a little bit here and there.
Like who are we playing? Like, yeah, I'm good. Like load management to the max, right? Like obviously they're hurt, but like you had your stars sitting out, so you kind of had like this like almost B team suffice to win the 1 seed. It's weird, man. Like I don't know how they did it. I have no idea how they did that.
It does feel like they're gonna lose first round.
Yes, it also does feel like that. It also feels like they're the most vulnerable one out of everybody, right? Like for sure.
Yeah, because like everyone knows Steelers are probably gonna go down week 1 or first round.
Yep.
After that, I mean, Raiders Titans are playing. I would take the Raiders.
It'd be interesting. That's the thing. It's like I don't know, man. Like they're playing with this weird swag.
I don't know. I think the Pats are terrible. And I've been on that train. I never believed in the Pats. Never did.
They're the problem with the Pats is it's Bill Belichick, right? It's not even the team. It's like Bill Belichick. It's like if anyone can get those guys to perform to a level that they're not supposed to, it's him. And he's done that the whole year. Bro, what they done this year, nobody expected. They almost won. They almost won the division over Buffalo. Almost.
Yeah.
Buffalo. It's insane. That's crazy to me.
But the theory still reigns true. If they go down early, they will not win the game.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. But they came
when they went on that run where they won all those games in a row. They came back against the Colts a little bit and stuff. But the theory goes, if they're down double digits, they're kind of toast.
Yeah. It's just they're not built to like have, obviously with a rookie quarterback, you're not really built to have like, Tom Brady-esque comebacks.
And also their receivers are overpaid. I don't think any of them are good. I think they're just in the right system.
Are they better than the Jets receivers though?
Braxton Berrios is good. I don't care what anybody says. Braxton Berrios, Corey Davis is just as good as Kendrick Bourne.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, this past week, Zach was he also didn't have Braxton Berrios too, by the way. He had the kid from Texas.
That's his guy.
He had nobody. He literally had like a bunch of like practice squad guys. Like Keelan Cole was his best receiver.
I didn't think he looked that bad though.
No, he looked fine, especially with a line that literally was like letting somehow. Did you see the graphic? It said 17 dropbacks and 19 knockdowns. Like literally, how is that even possible? But I was like, it's not even possible, but somehow I believe it. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm like, yeah, that's probably accurate.
Once again, I know we're biased, so I like this question's almost meaningless. Would you if you're a team, would you rather have Mac Jones or Zach Wilson?
Zach, for sure.
Exactly. Because the thing is,
Like,
I think Mac Jones can only take you so far. I think Zach has that ability to potentially take you to that next level.
bro, he's balling out. Like, as of lately, like zero interceptions last 5 games. It's a franchise record for a rookie quarterback. Protecting the ball.
There's going to be so much Jets hype going into next year, though.
That's
what scares me.
Like, look, their fans are like one side or another. He did this at BYU. That's the thing. You've got to give the kid time to adjust, and he does. He like does it every time. Whenever you kind of count him out, you're like, I don't know. I think he's kind of hit his ceiling. He never does. He's always getting better. So, like, from what we've seen, it's going to take him 3 years. It's going to take him year 3 to really hit his stride. So I don't think, again, it's really fair to assume that he's going to like bust out. They're going to be a playoff team next year. But I think, honestly, like, realistically, if they have a good draft this next year and they develop those rookies, right, because they have 4 within the top 40, I think they have a legitimate possibility to be in the playoffs year 3. I do. I think year 3.
Year 3, that makes sense. I thought you were going to say next year. There's no way. I was like, next year they're going to be a 6-7 win team.
No, yeah. If they double, if they go to 8 wins, like 7-8 wins, I'd be like, that's a win, bro. Like, that's impressive. Yeah. But, like, absolutely. I think year 3, just like at BYU, right? His junior year was when he took off. I think it's the exact same situation. I think the trajectory is equal. They had the exact same thing with Mike White as they did with Baylor Romney, right? And Jared Hall, like the same time. Like,
did Baylor Romney think he should have gone number 1 overall in the draft?
Well, he's transferred, bro. He's out. So I think he's looking to play at like UNLV and then hopefully get like a first round grade. So we'll see. But no, I mean, like I said, the Jets, if they can kill the draft like they did this year, I think they had a really good draft with all their guys this year, especially on offense. They can do that similar draft this year. Then I really do feel like they could be a playoff team in year 3 of Zach Wilson, not year 2, year 3. And if they can wait for year 3, I think it'll be legit. If they're not even anywhere near the playoffs of year 3, I think you can kind of look at that and be like, maybe this isn't our guy.
Yeah, Elijah Moore is a stud.
Good, very good.
He is going to be a guy like 6, 7, 8 round, like 8th round in fantasy. Everybody's like, ooh, this guy. And he's going to just explode.
Yeah, I agree. And Michael Carter, solid running back.
Michael Carter, solid. Yeah.
He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, they just need so many more weapons.
That's the problem, bro. Like, I legitimately would love if they drafted a receiver in their 10th pick. It's like not their 4th pick. They have 4 and 10 in the top 10. I would love if they got a first round receiver in the
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be shocked to see Jamison Williams.
Yeah, or the kid from Arkansas. Is that what you're talking about? I'm
talking about the Bama guy.
Oh, yeah. There's also a kid from Arkansas that's really good. Drake London from USC. Obviously, I don't think he's top 10, but he's like probably like in the 15, 20 range, right? Mm-hmm. But like, there's some solid receivers in this class. It's pretty deep. So go out and grab another weapon for Zach, get some line help, and then you got to stack that defense. It literally is 32nd in the NFL. It's awful. It's literally awful. Like, they played well against the Bills for 3 quarters, but like, man, that defense and the tight ends, bro. They're probably the worst tight end room in the entire NFL. Their tight ends are awful. So like, Zach needs a tight end.
Wait, who is their tight end right now? Who played yesterday?
They had Croft. What's that guy's name?
Tyler Croft.
Yeah,
he still plays.
Croft. Yeah, dude, he's like
the Bengals guy.
Ridiculously old. He came back because he was from injured the entire time.
Yeah, because he got that nasty injury, right?
Yeah, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's a room full of like old vets that are like injury prone, and they haven't like. That's the problem. There's been so much inconsistency in the weapon room of tight ends, receivers, running backs. I don't know how any quarterback would get any type of like mesh with anybody. It's literally like a revolving door. Yeah, it's a revolving door, bro. Corey Davis hasn't even played the whole year. Mekhi Becton, their best lineman, did not play literally since I think it was the Charlotte game, like the first game.
Yeah, he got hurt in that game.
That's it. Yeah, so like it's just insane, man. Like, expectations have got to be tampered down. But I do think, like I said, year 3, watch and see. I think that will be a playoff run for the Jets.
Trevor Lawrence bus talk, I think, ended yesterday.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, we've been saying that on here for weeks. It's premature to judge any of these rookies on their first year. Like, it just is, man. Like, you don't know what these guys are yet, and they don't know what they are yet either. It's just,
I still like all 5 of these guys.
I do too, man. I do too. I think
like you can't convince me out of Justin Fields. I think he's solid. But the Bears head coaching search will determine his career right now.
Exactly. exactly.
Mac
But
Jones,
if you're any NFL team, looking for a coach, do you not just I'm not going to throw the bag to Brian Flores? I literally would.
It is like criminal that Joe Judge and Matt Rule are still coaching.
Yes.
How do you explain that? Like, and you're like, oh, I can go get this guy. This guy will change our culture tonight.
Yep. It's insane, bro. I don't understand it. Like, his defenses are always really, really good.
They're just solid, well-coached teams.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the best talent in years, though, and he's still been good. That Dolphins team, was it 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Awful. They should not have won a game. They should not have won a single game, and they won 5.
Yes.
It kind of felt like not as much because I felt that was more impressive, but kind of felt like the Lions this year.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And like what they did this year, I think they won 8 out of their last 9 games. They went 8-1, I think, in the last 9.
Yeah, their only wins are against quarterbacks that have an O in their name.
Like,
shout out Dolphins money line plus 225.
Exactly. I don't understand how you win 8 of your last 9 games and be like, yeah, we're not on an upward trajectory. Like, we have no hope here. Like, we need
the Pats yesterday to go 9-8, and the next day Brian Flores is fired. The only explanation for this is Bill O'Brien slotted in at head coach, and Deshaun Watson comes to Miami.
Maybe that would make somewhat sense of like.
I don't know what you're thinking. If they go out and they're just like, oh, we've hired Brian Kelly.
Yeah. Oh gosh, bro. Oh god, he starts speaking in Spanish. He just gets there and he just starts speaking in broken Miami, like freaking Cuban Spanish, bro. Like, oh gosh, it'd be horrible. Yeah. He even like he himself, bro, on the broadcast was talking. We're talking about Brian Kelly now. Like Brian Kelly literally was talking about.
He literally said Boston people from Boston don't have accents.
And he's like, bro, you literally called yourself out for making that up the entire time. Because obviously we know that you don't say it like that. And he literally made fun of himself, like, as in like, yeah, I don't say family that way. And I was like, then why would you do it there, bro? He's so fake, bro. He's so fake. It's insane.
LSU is so cool, and they just had to get Brian Kelly.
They literally are, oh, dude. Coach O, bring Coach O back. I'm gonna start a hashtag, dude. Bring Coach O.
I wanted Coach O at Duke, but
bring Coach O and his girlfriends back, dude.
Let's have Coach O be the BYU DC. That would be electric.
The problem is none of the players are know what he's saying. They're like barking random stuff. They're like, I don't know what that guy's saying, but he wants to do something. And then his girlfriends are gonna be the sideline in Provo, dude.
But the thing is, all the dudes on BYU, their wives are going to be on the sidelines at practice.
That's true. They still have like, a solid area where they can all like, talk, and it'll be a chill environment for sure.
It's going to be the Built Bar Wives Lounge.
The Built Bar Wives Lounge. I love it, dude. That's funny.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so let's go through these playoff matchups. Let's just get that one out of the way. Chiefs Steelers 12.5 point favorite. Over under is 46.5. Gross. I mean, that game's just gross. It's gonna be the NBC game too. People are gonna be chasing their bets after betting on the Eagles to cover against the Buccaneers to cover against the Eagles. Bucks are gonna win by 8 and not cover by a half point, and then they're gonna chase their bets and bet the Chiefs. Chiefs are gonna win by 12, just so Vegas can screw everybody.
Yep, Chiefs are going to cover that game. I think. I literally would lean if I had to play a bet either way. I don't think I'm going to play anything on this one, but if I did, I'd take Chiefs.
Yeah, and everybody's going to have their 10-point teasers. It's going to be Chiefs, Bucks. Actually,
so true.
No, it's just going to be. They're going to just try and do a little money line parlay thing. Just do Chiefs, Bucks, and like one other team you like. Let's move on. Let's do the Saturday 2:30 game. Vegas at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's -6, over under 49.5. -6 is a lot of points.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot for a Vegas team hungry, just beating the Chargers.
But I think I like the Bengals to cover still.
Oh man, dude. Everything in me wants to say the Bengals are going to cover, so I'm going to take the Raiders with the points.
Because I like the
They're
Bengals.
Weird, man. They're weird.
The Bengals, both these teams are weird. They make no sense. Yeah, they're so backwards. But I do like how Joe Burrow got 2 weeks of rest.
That's true. That's a good point, dude. That is a very good point. And these other guys are beat up. Yeah.
And they just had to do a hard fought freaking 70-minute game.
All right, let's do this then. If I'm gonna take anything, I'd take Bengals first half. What, like -4 or something like that? -3.5, -4, something
Probably
like that.
3.5, I'd assume.
Yeah, I would take that over everything else. Just because I think they're gonna come out a little faster. Maybe it's the opposite because they've been on a break, but I just think they're gonna have a little more energy. I don't know.
If you're gonna do anything in that game, I like Bengals. Tease the Bengals in the over.
Ooh, that's probably it. That's probably.
I actually really like that. 43.5 and Bengals money line.
Yeah, that's pretty spicy.
All right. Well,
yeah, I like that.
Let's do. All right. Pats at the Bills. Bills -4.5. Over unders 43. I think Bills win by a lot.
Yes. You're saying I have to bet against Belichick, though.
Well, hold the phone. What's the weather? Because if the Bills have to run the ball, they're not going to win.
I hate betting against the Patriots, bro, in the playoffs. I freaking hate it, dude. There's something about like those guys in the playoffs, man. Belichick's a wazzer, dude.
Dude, I don't want Rexburg, Idaho weather. It's the same thing as Buffalo.
It's probably warmer.
Game Saturday night, right? Yeah, so it's completely clear. I love the Bills then. Stephon Diggs' first touchdown. Love that even more.
That kills me, bro, that we brought that up.
1 year ago.
We have proof of a text, so we're like, I think we should go with Stephon Diggs today. And we're like, nah, let's save it for next week. Literally, the first touchdown against the Jets, Stephon Diggs touchdown. I was like, dang it, bro.
Yeah, because it's just not happening next week. It's going to be a Josh Allen run-in touchdown.
No, yeah, it can't be. But like I said, we're still hammering it. I don't care.
Yeah, Bills -4.5. I think the Bills. You never. I don't think I'll touch it, but I like the Bills to cover that. The scary thing. I like a lot of favorites this week. That's
the problem. That's the problem right there. That's almost why I want to go with like Raiders should cover the points. But no, I'm with you. I think I like that. I think that's the move. Taking the Patriots or whatever.
Eagles.
Or not the Patriots, Bills.
Sunday morning or Sunday at 1. Eagles at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are -8.5. I love the Eagles have got to be the public pick, right? Because
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are going to put money behind Brady, but I
love the Eagles.
The Eagles to cover there, yeah, for sure.
I love the Eagles. That's way too many points, and like the Carolina game doesn't count, dude. Carolina sucks.
Yeah, but hasn't all the, like the Bucs players basically been like resting because they've been out with COVID?
Most of them played yesterday.
That's probably right. I know against the Jets 2 weeks ago, they were like out a bunch of people on defense.
Yeah, over-unders 49. Gross. I would not touch this game. I don't like any of these games, honestly.
It's definitely hard to know.
But if I had to choose, I would do Eagles to cover.
I do too. I'd take the points in that game. Just because, like, Brady, he's just surviving advance, man.
Yeah. I don't want to see the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl again.
Although, are the Eagles going to be able to do anything against that defense? Like, honestly, that's scary.
If they can throw the ball, that's the issue because Tampa Bay corners are not good.
No, but that defense is going to, like that line, they're not going to be able to run very well, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to come. I'm not doing, like I said, that's a weird game for me. I'm not even putting anything on that one.
Niners at the Cowboys, probably the most maybe the most watched game in NFL history besides the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Maybe it'll have Super Bowl numbers. It's the Sunday 4:30 spot. Cowboys -3, just the most predictable line. Yep. Over-unders 50.5. I love San Francisco.
Do you?
I love this team.
Yeah, you love it. I'm honestly going out. I think I'm going to hammer the Cowboys in this one. Just
really?
Just because of everything that's going on with San Fran, like making the playoffs and all that stuff. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Cowboys are the team of destiny for me in this one. Like, I'm taking.
Do feel like the team of destiny, don't they?
Yeah, they're just that team. I don't know, man. Like, comeback player of the year, like all that stuff, bro.
They look have. I mean, they weren't as bad as the Braves were in the regular season. They have a little bit of that Braves vibe to them this year.
Yeah, they kind of do. Yeah,
like big time national team that hasn't won since the 90s.
And the
they come back
and the worst division,
win.
right?
Yep.
Like a garbage division with freaking Eagles and Washington and Giants, like literally garbage. Everyone's like, yeah, they come from a crappy division. Like they're not going to do anything this year. That's what I'm saying. I kind of like it, bro. And I think it's obviously at the Cowboys, right?
It's at the Cowboys.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of Niners fans there, though.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know. If you're saying it's -3, I'm taking the Cowboys in that one.
Shout out Brian. I can't say no to Brian. We ride. I rode Michigan with Dylan to the death.
Bro, I literally live bet that game. Like I got Michigan. I think it was like plus.
I did too. I think I tweeted about it.
Yeah, I got them like plus 10 or plus 12 or plus 50. I can't even remember. Something crazy, bro. I was like,
that wasn't even close then, because I did at halftime at plus 25.5, and it barely covered because they didn't go for 2, or they went for 2 or something.
That's what I had. I had the over, and the only reason I hit is because Harbaugh went for 2.
That 2-point conversion,
I didn't cover that game. So like literally the fact that like it was amazing. So I had live bet Michigan like plus 15 or something like that. That one lost, but then that miracle cover hit, so it like washed them out. So it was dope. But man, that was like that miracle 2-point conversion was incredible.
Yeah, no, I have to take the Niners. I think I take the Niners to win the Super Bowl probably too.
Okay.
I ride with Brian.
We'll make sure we send this clip. We'll make sure we send this clip to Brian, and I'll be like, bro, unfortunately, I'm rolling with the Cowboys.
Yeah, dude. I'm blindly going with the Niners.
That way, when you guys win, you guys can, just blast me. You know what I'm saying, on social media. So
yeah, there we go.
It's all good.
Yeah, the Niners win. Jimmy G gets benched, and Trey Lance comes in and wins on like a 40-yard run touchdown.
Exactly.
Niners fans get their wish, and Jimmy G's gone.
Yep.
It's the kind of thing that's a weird spot for the Niners, because Jimmy G, if they get blown out in this game, you're done with Jimmy G. It's over. If they win this game and then are competitive in the divisional round, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, you're back to square one, bro.
Which I mean, I don't know what Brian thinks. I don't know what other Niners fans think. Trey Lance does not look ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't know why you just don't keep both of them and keep going. Like,
yeah,
Jimmy G's good enough to. He clearly got you to a Super Bowl before. He could I mean, there's a real chance he could do it this year too. I just keep rolling with him, and then when Trey Lance is ready, just let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Exactly. He's not.
It'll
ready
be like Pat Mahomes, man.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll get there. I think he's gonna be solid. So
it's so similar to Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Alex Smith, they lost that first round playoff game, right, with him, and they were like they had a solid record. Lost that first round playoff game. Pat Mahomes comes in the next year and just takes him to that next level.
Yep, just takes him to the next level.
I don't know why Niners fans are freaking out. Like, they're fine. They could be a Panther fan. Panthers is like one of the worst. If you're a Panthers or a Giants fan, you're probably at the bottom of the barrel right now.
Or a Falcons fan.
Yeah, we're all in the same spot.
Look, we're all kind of in that. Like
as Zach Brown said, we're all in the same boat.
Eerily in the same boat. I think we're still a step above the Giants. I think they're a disaster for many reasons. But like,
I think we're a step above the Giants. The Panthers are too, just because they. I mean, at least they got rid of Gettleman, or Gettleman said he's going to retire apparently. But I like a lot of the Panthers pieces more, but. What else? Like, the coaching is awful. But if you're the Giants, you have to be you're in the worst spot as a fan, right? In NFL right now.
Yes, because you don't have a quarterback, which all these 3 teams are going to have that issue here soon. Like Matt Ryan will be gone soon, right? You guys really don't have any set. Like, we're all kind of in that same boat, but you don't have a franchise quarterback. Your high draft running back can't stay healthy and is not proving to be worthy of what the pick that he was taken at. You really you spend a lot of capital on receivers that didn't even score touchdowns this year. Like, you're just a mess. Like, there's so many issues. You don't believe in your organization. You don't believe in your head coach at all. Like, they got so many issues going on in New York. Like, it's insane. So like,
even the Texans are like, I mean, they hit rock bottom, but even they have an upward trajectory because I don't think Davis Mills is that bad.
Okay, let me ask you this: as a Panthers fan, would you want them to like ship off Christian McCaffrey, get a ton of draft picks for him and stuff?
Nobody will take that. I don't think we'll get anything for him.
Interesting. You don't think so?
Nobody will take that contract.
Mm.
We would have to. It's almost to the point where I don't think we'd have to give up something, but it just wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, you're like we might as well just run.
Like you'd get like a third round pick for his contract.
Oh,
yeah, it's a nightmare. But let's move on. Let's keep this going. Cardinals at the Rams. These NFC West games are it's a coin flip. You just never know what's going to happen. -4 is an awful line.
It's -4 for the Rams, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think I would take the Rams.
I'd take Cardinals with the points. Give me +4.
Do you trust Cliff Kingsbury? And
no.
Whenever it seems like biggest moment, like it seems like Kyler Murray kind of falls.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%, but like in that game, if I'm gonna have points, I'm gonna take points. Like that's how dumb it is. Like you said,
that's
it's almost
true.
a coin flip. So it's like 4 points. Give me a field goal, I'll take it. Like we'll see what happens. Because like you said, I have no idea. Like the Rams could literally blow out the Cardinals, and I would not be surprised. The Cardinals could win by 2 touchdowns. I would not be surprised. Like that's how stupid this game is. Like I would not be surprised at all. So you're telling me I can get 4 points? I'll take the points.
That's a live bet game too.
Yeah, exactly. That's also you can see like who wants to be there, who looks good, and you're like, okay, I'll at least ride with this team.
Literally, the only thing I actually like and will think about doing is Bengals tease with the over.
Yeah, I kind of love that, bro. That's a dope play.
And that gets you going, that gets you started the playoffs. It's the first play. It's a 4 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You got some college basketball sprinkled in elsewhere.
You know Joey B's going to throw some dimes, dude.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to cook the Raiders, I think. I really like that play.
I do too, man. I just think there's going to be a ton of points. I think both defenses are going to score, let up a ton of points. And I think the Bengals, cover, especially if you're getting them on a tease. I like it, bro. That would be our play. That's our play collectively together, publicly. That would be my play.
Okay, 2 last things in the NFL, and then we'll move to college. All right, NFC. Who do you think comes out?
From the NFC?
Yes.
I think I'm sticking with my Cowboys, dude. As dumb as that sounds. It's crazy.
Really? Because you're always the guy that said never bet against Brady.
Oh, you're saying over the Bucks? Yeah. I don't know, man. The Bucks. That's the
Packers.
I've said for weeks now the Bucks are probably the favorite.
The Packers, I think, are the favorite.
But I kind of want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about the Packers. I want to be wrong about the Bucks. I just want the Cowboys to go. I don't know why. I want that to be the team, but I think you're right. They're probably the safe plays, either the Bucks or the Packers. Probably the Packers. I'm gonna say Cowboys just for the show, dude. Let's do it. Cowboys.
All right, Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl. I got to go the Niners. I don't know what it is. I love watching the Niners. It's so frustrating, because I'm not a true fan of the Niners, but it is so frustrating watching them when you see Jimmy G just throw a huge pass behind George Kittle and Jalen Ramsey picks it off in the biggest moment, and they still somehow come out and win.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
I'll go Niners.
We'll know if our favorite of the NFL Super Bowl and the NFC is there after week 1, which is dope, or after the first round of the playoffs. I like it.
We will. Yeah, the winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
we can officially say that. Inside sources confirm.
Inside sources confirm.
We got a Woj bomb coming in here. I'm trying to look up the odds real quick. Futures. Let's see here. Rodgers is -625 to win MVP. NFC conference winners: Packers +150, Buccaneers +350, Rams 5-1, Cowboys +650, Cardinals +1200, and Niners +1200.
I meant to put 200 on the Cowboys. You can just see what happens.
Man, and then let's see here, and then oh my goodness, Niners 12-1.
That's such a hard route to go because you're gonna have to beat either the Packers or.
But realistically, though, the Cowboys are the play there. They're the only one with legitimate value.
Yeah, and think about this: the Cowboys week 1 against the Bucks. It was a neck and neck game. It was a fun game.
Oh no, I I like the Cowboys plus 650 to win that. But realistically, though, I mean, I'll pick the Niners, but it's hard to go against the Packers, dude. They are just firing. It is just like automatic. But they haven't played anybody.
They're good, though. They're good. They're solid.
They're so good.
Their defense is better than everyone expects, which is interesting. I don't know. How do they do it without draft picks, bro? They draft terrible. Or they only draft defense, I guess.
Dude, the kid from Clemson, Rogers, is awful. Amari Rogers.
I don't think they draft very well. Like, they waste draft picks. Like,
the corner from Georgia's good.
Yeah, that kid's legit. But I don't know how they do it, man. I don't know what they're doing.
Like, they picked up Rasul Douglas from the Panthers. Free agent from the Panthers, pay him nothing. He's one of the best corners in football right now.
Yeah, he's balling.
But, all right, Cowboys Niners. There we go. AFC. It's Chiefs plus 180, Titans plus 325, Bills plus 375, Bengals plus 700, Pats 9-1, Raiders 22-1, Steelers 33-1.
To me, there's only two right answers. I'll see if you say one of them.
I mean, Chiefs Bills for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't see anybody else.
And
maybe if the Bengals had some like weird stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see the Titans at all. I'm sorry. Shout out Dylan. I don't see the Titans. I just don't see it.
I think the play is the value too on the Bills. Like you said, plus 3 whatever. I'd play
375.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Yeah.
Look, the Bills have the number 1 passing defense in the NFL. You talking about playoff football? I want that against a Patrick Mahomes type team. And didn't they destroy the Chiefs this year?
Murdered them on that Sunday night game. Everybody was like, "Wow, the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs anymore." They were 3 points away from the Texans winning to get the 1 seed.
Jeez. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Bills to come out. I don't know why. Chiefs are probably the right answer, but because of all the experience. But I'm going to take the Bills.
I mean, I don't want to say the same team. No, screw it. I'm going the same team. It's the Bills. I really like the Bills because people aren't as high as they were before. They're going to get so much hype, though, if they beat the Patriots.
Yep.
They could go in and wax the Patriots, I think.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So you're thinking Bills Cowboys Super Bowl. That's a weird
Bills,
Super
Cowboys.
Bowl.
I know it's weird enough where I kind of like it. It's probably
kind of like
Bills
it too.
Packers. It's something like Bills Packers or like Bills Bucks or something stupid like that.
Chiefs Packers.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a fun one too. Chiefs Packers would be fun.
Okay, this is the other thing we were going to do, and then we'll move on. Who are the teams you don't want to make the Super Bowl?
Because
I don't want to.
For sure.
I do not want to see the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. I don't have fun watching Tampa Bay play.
They're kind of a weird team. Brady is just like does his thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely rather see like the Packers over the Bucks. I agree with that. Or obviously like Cowboys or 49ers over the Bucks.
Fans are super annoying, but the Cowboys are fun to watch though.
Yeah, and they haven't. I don't know. They're like that. Like like they talk, but like they don't really bother me, dude. Like the last team I want to see is the Patriots. It'd be like the worst Super Bowl would be like Patriots versus
Steelers. I know it'll never happen. The worst would be the Steelers.
Steelers
oh my
versus,
gosh.
Like, Bucks or something.
The Eagles. Steelers versus the Eagles.
That'd be awful. That's what I'm saying. But
you get that at plus 20,000 odds.
The network isn't letting that happen, bro. There's no way. They're gonna have some.
That would be a high viewed Super Bowl though.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know how many Steelers fans there are? They're everywhere and they're pissed off.
They're in the playoffs. What do they have to be pissed about, bro?
I don't know, but they're going crazy on social media. Like you guys tied against the Lions. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs. If you guys don't tie against the Lions, you are just in the playoffs.
Automatically disqualified.
Oh my god!
So I'm saying Chargers over the Steelers for sure should have been in, bro.
Oh, that would have been so fun. I don't know what the matchups would have been because I don't think it would have been Chargers Chiefs, right?
Probably would have been, right?
I think it would have been. Who's the 6th seed? I think it would have been Bengals Chargers, right?
Ooh, man, that'd be a fun game.
That would have been so good. And it would have been Raiders. I think it would have been Raiders. Yeah, it would have been Raiders Chiefs because So that's another thing people are talking about, because the Raiders were just going to kneel the ball, but then you got to think about, if they win that, if they tie that game, they got to go to Arrowhead. Instead, they get to go to Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's a much more manageable game for sure.
So I don't disagree with kicking the field goal. I did at the time just because I wanted the Chargers to win, and I didn't want to watch Ben Roethlisberger one more time.
Exactly.
But whatever. It's kind of sad football's over, but kind of happy I don't have to watch the Panthers for another 9 months. Gosh.
It's so bad.
This is, I mean, last thing on the Panthers. This is just going to be a long, hopeless offseason. We have no day 2 draft picks. Who knows? I mean, they're probably just going to go O-line with their first round draft pick. Whenever like draft night comes around and your team goes O-line, you're just like, all right, like I know that's what we needed, but that's just not exciting.
You're like, this sucks. There's no weapons.
Yeah.
There's no.
And we don't draft until Saturday, and Saturday we'll get like one decent player, and then everybody else won't be good.
It's awful, bro. It's awful.
Yeah, just two more miserable years with the Panthers until Matt Rule's gone. All right, let's finally do it. Let's go to college football. National championship tonight. This will be out right before the national championship starts. We don't know what happens. We're recording this at 3:30 Eastern. It is Georgia minus 2.5 over Bama. The SEC championship was 7.5 over Bama. This is weird. All right, what's your pick? Georgia, Bama. Because we've been talking to each other all week. Just like Bama, no, Georgia, Bama, not like Georgia, dude, Bama. Like Bama.
I've been saying from the start, if you ever give me Bama plus odds, I'm taking them. That's been my whole thing, right? If I ever have Bama plus odds, I don't care who they're playing. They can be playing literally an NFL team. I'm taking like literally Bama plus odds. But the problem is this: everybody and their dog is on Bama. Everyone. Vegas is begging us to take the plus odds play with Bama. That freaks me out. There's something.
But that's the thing with the national championship. Every year they like that. The team that just like is so obvious does win now. Like they even cover too. Like Bama covered blindly against Ohio State last year. They were a double-digit favorite, an easy cover. LSU over Clemson back in, what was it, 2020, 2019, that weird area. Everybody knew LSU was going to beat Clemson. And I think the spread was only like 5 or 6 in that game. 4, 5, or 6.
It was nuts. I hammered LSU like literally with everything I had. That was such a that was probably the most I've ever made on the game. Was literally just hammering.
It was
LSU. But
so
I was on that
easy.
train. Bro, I was on the LSU train when they played in at Alabama. Like when they played in.
Oh yeah, we watched that game at Salt Lake at Wingcoop.
Yeah, like literally, I was on LSU the entire time. Like. Yeah. I've been betting on them the entire year, so that was just the team of destiny that year. But, bro, I'm telling you, there's something off. I'm still gonna say Bama money line. You have to. It has to be the play. That has to be the play, right? It has to be. Like it freaks me out. It freaks me out. The entire public's on it.
Because also, what scares me about Bama too is, and we'll do the arguments for both. What scares me about Bama is, one, I think Georgia's players are just more talented. I do think that. I think they have better talent on Georgia. And also, Bama in that second half against Cincinnati looked shaky. Like, they didn't really put the nail in the coffin on Cincinnati.
But they've done that all year. That's the problem. It's like that.
And I don't like – I like Bryce Young a lot more than Stetson Bennett.
Oh, gosh. Yes. Stetson Bennett is not – like, that's a problem. That's my –
And that's the other thing, too, is –
That's it.
You're going against a Heisman quarterback against Stetson Bennett, who's probably a backup on Georgia. JT Daniels should probably be playing if he did get hurt earlier in the season.
Oh, man.
And then also the argument for Bama, too, is Saban over Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart always chokes. He's literally John Calipari just coaching football for Georgia. Yes.
And you're betting against the guy that has done it like literally –
every
5,
year.
6 times out of like every other year, basically. He's like winning a natty. Like, it's hard for me to go against it. So my last play is Bama money line. You can't take the points, just Bama money line, just take the money line, see what happens. But I think the real play, and we talked about this, wait to see who goes up first and hammer the other side.
Yeah.
So wait to see if Georgia goes up early on Bama.
I don't think we see a blowout tonight. Like, even like the SEC championship, that was like 17 points or 14 points. I don't think we see that tonight.
I don't think so either, dude. I think it's going to be a closer game. I think they have different, game plans ready for each other. It's hard to beat a team twice, right? In any league, any capacity, especially a Georgia team. So like Georgia.
We've seen the team win twice though all year that like meant the conference championship. We saw Utah, Oregon play in the regular season. Utah still smoked Oregon in the championship.
True, but Oregon was straight garbage, bro.
Then the Big 12 championship, same thing.
Yeah, they're just not. I'm telling you, man. Like, Bama's the play, but I would highly advise.
Literally right before we did this, you're like, I think I might go Georgia.
The problem is, bro, I can't go Georgia because of Stetson Bennett. That's my problem with him. I don't believe in that kid as in like to win the biggest game, the biggest stage. I don't trust that kid. I don't trust him.
Love how all these Georgia fans are going to the game, all barking everywhere. Everyone said the thing. They're like, Georgia fans are at baggage claim right now, barking.
They're literally barking all the time, bro. The famous line is when the kid comes back for school, like for during Thanksgiving, like, have they taught you how to bark yet? To like any Georgia kid, and they're like, "What? Like, have they taught you how to bark yet?" Like I said, I'm a Georgia guy. I'm literally from Atlanta, so like I get it, right? I'm not a Georgia fan, but Bama has like hella people in Georgia are literally hammering. Like people that are huge Georgia fans are hammering the money line, Bama money line, hammering it, like putting tons of money on Bama money line.
See, that scares me even more because when we did this before the SEC championship, you're like, "Oh, my Georgia friends, it's Georgia minus 6.5, 7.5." Like, hammer Georgia. Now it's hammer Bama. And you just want to go that other way. But, gosh, dude, Stetson Bennett is not good.
He's not good. Here's the thing. If they can go up early, they'll be fine. He's fine. But if they go down early.
Can they? Are they fine if they go up early? Because I feel like Bama can come back.
No, of course Bama can come back. But I'm saying that then Stetson doesn't have to be a superhero. So, like, if he can just play his game kind of like Mac Jones, right? Like, do his little thing, he'll be fine. But if they go down early, not good. Not good. It's going to be bad.
I just can't decide what I want to do on this game. I can't figure it out. Because every sharp gambler there is in this world is on Georgia. Every sharp gambler is on Georgia. And every dumb idiot like myself is like, Bama money line. They're the best.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I think the play is to wait for the live play. Just see it. Just see the game.
But you got to have a pick beforehand. Like,
I know. All right. Like I said, the pick beforehand, you can't go wrong with Bama money line. You literally can't. Like, if that loses, it loses.
I'll go Bama money line, but I just know I'm just gonna. That's the thing. You just can't overthink it. When you look at that line, just say, what do you like best? It's Bama +3. It's Nick Saban. It's Georgia chokes every time. How can you trust Georgia?
Every time. And like, what are the odds that 2 Atlanta teams break the curse in the same year, bro?
But that scares me even more because I feel like it would happen. You saw Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay murdered the sports world.
It's true, bro.
They had a team lose in the World Series, won the Stanley Cup, and won the effing Super Bowl.
So you're saying the Braves broke the curse, the Atlanta curse, bro?
Dude, are the Hawks going to win the finals?
Gosh, no. But they were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's the thing. Yeah, the Hawks were in the Eastern Finals. Tampa Bay, they lost in the World Series. They got kind of close, kind of similar. Mm-hmm. And now they need their second team to win the title. I don't know, dude. I can't figure this out. I'm going to go Bama money line. I hate the pick. I hate either pick on this. Like, I don't feel comfortable.
It's Bama money line. If you're gonna play it, you gotta play Bama money line and live with the consequences. As in, like, how can you be mad about getting plus odds on Alabama, dude, in a national championship game? When's the last time it happened?
Shout out to Big Av. He's right. This is one you bet Bama so you can go to bed at night. Because if Georgia wins, you can say, all right, I bet Bama, whatever. Like, Bama's the.
But if you bet the other side, if you bet Georgia
and Bama wins
minus
by 20,
2.5, and they get blown out, you're gonna be like, I'm literally the biggest idiot.
And you can get Bama plus 120.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, it's Bama money line. Oh, gosh, it's gonna be an awesome game though.
It does feel gross. It feels something's off. Something's off. I don't like it. It's something weird.
Last year you knew what was going to happen. Like, no way Ohio State was going to win that game. This year it feels like it's going to be one of those historic college football championship games, like those Florida State Auburn, the Auburn Oregon, the Clemson Bama when Hunter Renfrow got the final touchdown, and even Georgia Bama. Like
Yeah.
it feels like one of those.
It feels great. I'm excited. I'm pumped for the game. But yeah, that's our pick. If you're gonna play something, you got to live with yourself at the end of the day. And like,
Jamison Williams first touchdown. I
kinda like
love
that
Jamison
too, man.
Williams. Let me look at the
I
odds
love
for
that.
that. Let's
Yeah,
see
we got to
here.
figure that out. That might be our play
NCAA
too.
Football. But while I look this up, we'll go into some other stuff. Big news from BYU. I mean, Tyler Allgeier's gone. Kind of a big blow. They get a couple transfers coming in, but it does suck, man.
They got the Cal transfer. It just sucks
Wow.
like
Georgia moved to minus 3.5.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's what I'm saying, dude. There's something people, bro. Vegas is begging us to take the Bama side. It's crazy.
Plus 3.5. That line movement scares me.
Maybe they're screwing with us, bro. Maybe there's like literally, I'm just gonna like act like.
What if it just like they keep moving it back and forth so they can get people to have 3.5 and 2.5 and like get them in between, but then it ends at 3 so they can just take all that money.
There's something off, bro. I don't like it. It smells foul to me, dude. That's why I'd almost say like rather wait, play the live play. But man, now you're gonna get what Bama at like plus 130, plus 140. Like it's got even better odds.
Yeah, my goodness, dude, this makes no sense.
I don't like it, dude. I don't like it
because Georgia's winning this game. Like, according to Vegas, Georgia's winning this game.
According to Vegas, they're begging you to take Bama. They're like, please take the plus money, bro. Please take the money line.
First touchdown score. He's the favorite. Jamison Williams plus 650. That's a little low.
Yeah,
I was hoping 800. Brian Robinson plus 750. Brock Bowers plus 650. I don't hate that at all.
I love Brock Bowers, dude.
He needs to go to the Jets and change that tight end room.
He is dope, bro. He's trying to wide receiver playing tight end. That's what he is. It's awesome.
Bryce Young plus 2,200. That's a fun play. That's a fun play. That's a little fun sprinkle. All right, yeah. So Bama money line. I'm just not gonna overthink it. It's Bama money line. But yeah, so Tyler Allgeier's gone.
He's gone, man, and I'm okay with it. As in, like, look, we've got to figure out. He wasn't going to be here for the breaking in the Big 12 anyways. So I'd rather kind of find an established back this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's one of the young guys that steps up. But if not, if it's a grad transfer, we're kind of in the same situation we would be with Tyler staying for another year, right? But, like, we'll see, right? We'll see.
It does suck because if he comes back, he's a real Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
And BYU would have been top 15, top 10 with a real chance at the playoff.
The thing is, I don't blame him. Look.
No, take it.
What you need to prove. Yeah, you need to prove what you need to prove. Go to the league, man. We love you. Like, you're going to do a great job there. But, like, you only have such a fine life. And like, he took a beating, bro. Like, he took, like, 30-something carries every game, basically. It was crazy. Like, he was getting murdered. So, but something to watch for BYU news specifically is Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, the USC quarterback, just entered the transfer portal. And there was talks that his dad was making phone calls to BYU when what's his name? Their coach got fired, Clay Helton. Mm-hmm. When Clay Helton got fired, he's making phone calls because BYU was one of the top like 3 schools, I think top 2, whatever it was.
It was BYU and USC at the end.
Yeah, so like he definitely has interest. So like watch for that. If he is the dude that comes to BYU, bro, like he's a legitimate like first round talent. If like, especially if you can get that system with A-Rod, like he could be deadly.
If he comes to BYU, Conover's gone, right? He's transferring.
That's what I'm thinking. Like the only way he's going to wait is maybe 1 year behind Jaren Hall. But even with Jaren Hall's injury history, you're probably playing year 1, right? At some point.
Yeah.
And
there's no way he doesn't play, especially the teams BYU has to play against next year.
And then year 2, you're breaking into the Big 12. And if you could have a good year in the first year of the Big 12, guaranteed you're a first round draft pick. Guaranteed. Like you show out in that like Zach Wilson did it against literally nobody's. So like if he can do it in the Big 12, like guaranteed he'll ball out. And he has the line. He has like the running backs. Like he'll be fine. Like he has weapons with Puka Nacua, like all those guys. Like he has enough weapons around where he could like ball out for sure.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go to BYU. I didn't know like the crystal ball stuff. I wasn't like that into it, but
yeah,
he's what, Draper? He's the corner canyon.
Yeah. it's interesting. I think his dad, if I'm not wrong, played for Utah back in the day, but they didn't show him any love in like recruiting. So like, I think that's an option. So like,
Dude, if I was,
I think BYU is definitely in the play here, and like I think that almost all but guarantees Caleb Williams is going to go to USC. I think
it's
the writing's
confirmed.
on the wall.
It's confirmed.
I think the writing's on the wall, and like I don't blame him, man. Like if I went to a program like that, and like this like clown show came in and was like, I'm bringing all my boys, I'd be like, yeah, deuces, I'm out, bro. Like I ain't playing for this. I ain't signed up for this.
Yeah, no. Yeah, BYU is going to be weird next year. I don't like. You got to get the defense figured out because none of this matters if the defense isn't figured out. And like you mentioned a zillion times, they had injuries. They're basically playing walk-ons by the end.
Yeah,
it's still not great though.
No, it's not great. And like I said, they are shoring up. Some of the guys that are coming in are high 4-star defensive linemen. Like you got to get that taken care of first. The Lions got to get taken care of first.
We've had a high 4-star defensive lineman transfer in, from BYU before.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking
from
about.
Snow College.
Yes, and he was straight terrible. But like these are high school kids. Hopefully they can ball out. Like we'll see, man. The recruiting's getting better. That's the first thing that needs to be shored up for the Big 12 is the defense. But transferring or switching over topics too to the BYU side, like the basketball side, dude, that conference is insane. It's incredible. Like if you go into that conference with the first couple of years with Texas and Oklahoma still in it for basketball, there's like only quad 1 and quad 2 games the entire time. That's all it is.
Almost not a good thing for BYU.
It's insane. There's no breaks.
Because like BYU, because the thing with Mark Pope is he loves to schedule like big time non-conference games. If we go to the Big 12, let's get these cupcakes in there. You need some wins to boost the resume.
Like UVU, like at UVU.
Yeah, no more at UVUs. I love UVU to death. They've been great to me. They've been great to the show. But my goodness, BYU, you can't play at UVU once you go to the Big 12.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Unless you're good, please don't. Make them come to the Marriott Center.
Yes. If you lose there, then you got nothing left. Like,
yeah, that's your fault. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's exciting stuff. Like seeing all these teams, and like I think we'll have a year or two maybe with Texas and Oklahoma. So it'll be fun, man. Football's gonna be interesting. Basketball is for sure gonna be interesting. It could be very, very difficult, but we'll see, man. Like it's gonna be an amazing transition. It's fun though. Like next year's the last year of independence. Gonna go to Vegas for the Notre Dame BYU game. Get it out of the system, like these random like bowl games basically the whole year. Like it'll be fun being back in a conference, having conference foes again, like St. Mary's, right? We hate those guys. Like it's just like there's so much hate there because like we're in the same conference, right?
Yeah.
You hate to lose to them. Samuel Gonzaga. So like it'll be fun. It'll be definitely a long time coming. But yeah, the arrow, if it was a stock, I'd definitely be buying into BYU sports for sure.
Let's do BYU basketball scares me. I did want to talk about the BYU Gonzaga game Thursday. I know we do the college basketball and NBA recap show coming on Thursday, but I want to talk about it with you. I'm scared as a BYU fan, especially
it's a rough week.
How we barely pulled that out. It's St. Mary's at Gonzaga at San Francisco. San Francisco is good. San Francisco is a legit team.
They're legit.
BYU has to go 2-1 if they want to be a tournament team.
Yeah, I think you got to win. Obviously, win the St. Mary's game, so that's taken care of. I think you got to beat San Fran and lose to Gonzaga close. That would be ideal, right? My ideal's week.
Because if we somehow did pull off the Gonzaga upset, I mean, San Fran, I don't care. I mean, I guarantee you, if BYU somehow pulls off that upset to Gonzaga, San Fran is dominating BYU. I mean,
it'll be such a letdown game for sure. That's guaranteed.
But the thing is, what I am excited for in the Gonzaga game, BYU shot so poorly recently. So poorly. They're due to just go lights out from three.
They're going to hit one of these games, right? And they have shooters.
Caleb Lohner's going to hit 2 threes in one of these games.
If he hits 2 threes, man, I would be
at plus 5,000 odds.
Yeah, at this point, man, 2 threes would be a really, really good payout. Yeah.
Yeah, about the same odds as us beating Gonzaga in the kennel.
I think we lose to Gonzaga. We don't play I guess we normally win there if we're going to win, right? But that's not a good look. This year we're still learning how to play with Atiki Eliatiki, and we're still learning how to play with.
He looked great. He looked great against St. Mary's.
He did. He's taking a step forward. So like he's not there yet, but I think if we can beat them when they come back to Provo later on the season, I think that's when that could happen. I don't see us winning this game. I don't see us beating Gonzaga this time.
If we lose Gonzaga, it's just the flip flop. Whatever happens in the Gonzaga game, do the opposite in the San Francisco game. If we get blown out by Gonzaga, we're gonna beat San Francisco. Mark Pope has never lost a back-to-back in his entire career at BYU.
It's insane. That's like a super impressive stat.
It's super impressive because in the West Coast Conference, you do the Thursday-Saturday schedule. So you only have a day off.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah. You're 100% right. That emotional letdown is real. And like you said, if we somehow pull off the upset against Gonzaga, you're right. Guaranteed we're due for a letdown against Stanford. It's like guaranteed.
Yeah, there's 3-0 is just not happening as wishful thinking as we do. I mean,
exactly.
But anything else in college football? Really, there's not really much.
No, nothing crazy. I think everything kind of played out like we thought. I guess Michigan we thought would have a better fight. That was interesting to watch. But no, man, I think we're just pushing for that expanded playoff, and I think it keeps becoming like a dead stall, which is like a dead still, like nothing happens with that, which is super annoying. But no, man, it was a fun season. It really was a fun season. If we had an expanded playoff, it would have been more fun. Like get the parity in college football, get more people going to schools where they can stay home and they can still play for a natty. Like that's what we need to get as a college football program. But like I said, you can't go wrong with betting on Bama. You can't be mad at losing if you bet on Bama, I should say.
Yeah. So next week the plan is the episodes will start coming out on Tuesdays and Fridays. We're going to do that because with the Rams Cardinals game being on Monday night, just want to recap it. We won't talk about it. We already kind of previewed it already. So it'll be Tuesday, Friday next week. Basketball on Fridays, obviously. We'll have our episode coming out Thursday this week for basketball. We have a guest coming on. It'll be Riley Davis. He's at Amateur Hoops on Twitter. He writes for Heat Check Basketball. Make sure to check them out. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. Antonio. Oh, we didn't talk about the Antonio Brown thing.
I mean, it's been talked about so much.
It's been talked about so much, but like, yikes, dude.
Yeah. Big yikes. Did you see the follow-up interview we had where he talked about basically like Tom Brady's not a real friend?
Yeah, he's like not a real fan. He only cares about I play football. It's like, all right, man.
He's like, they didn't offer me guaranteed money. They offered me a prove it to me deal. And I'm like, yeah, because you literally didn't prove it to him. And this is the exact
you didn't prove you could like be normal. Like
this is an exact situation of why you're on a prove it to me deal, bro. Because of what you just did. You didn't prove it to him. Like it's so funny how people are like that delirious of like their value. But like I said, even if he had just stuck it out for another season of like balled out, good numbers, he would have gotten paid. Fat-paced pay. Like
yeah, I will say there probably was some sketchiness going on because he had all of his incentives. He was supposed to hit like it was like 6 more receptions, a touchdown, like 52 yards, and they totally would have benched him in the last game against Carolina to make sure he did that. But I mean, that just happens all the time. I mean, baseball's littered with that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like here's the thing, man. It's a nasty business what you're in, but like you're getting paid well regardless of whether it's not like what you think it is. Like you're getting paid more than being unemployed and throwing your shirt off and dancing off the field against.
Well, I don't know about these days with people on unemployment.
It's crazy, man. Like I'm just like, this is craziness. Like, look, at the end of the day, man, you were still making good money. Of course, you're probably underpaid. That's probably true, but based on past performance, it's probably justified to some extent. Maybe not full extent, but to some extent, yeah.
But all right, that's it for us. Bama money line is the play. Over under, don't bother. I would go over. Never bet the under. Screw unders. Unders suck.
Screw unders.
Make sure to check out the YouTube page, CarterCast YouTube page. Subscribe and like to it. Follow us on TikTok at CarterCast. Follow us on Twitter at CarterB8, and I'll put Grant's in the bio or in the link, whatever. And we will see y'all Thursday. Bye.
Sounds good, bro.